Here's to cheating, stealing, fighting, and drinking.
Oh, there we go.
If you cheat, may you cheat death. If you steal, may you steal a woman's heart. If you fight, may you fight for a brother. And if you drink, may you drink with me. I'm here today to tell you a wee bit about March 17th and just why it's so damn important. I'm of Irish blood, and I've been celebrating Paddy's Day all my life. Today we're going to talk about St. Patrick and who he was. Then we're going to move on and talk about the origins of the holiday. We're going to finish with what the holiday's become and just how you can go about celebrating it. St. Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland, and one of Christianity's most notable figures. He was born towards the end of the 4th century. At 16, St. Patrick was taken captive by Irish raiders on his parents' estate on the coast of Britain. For 6 years, Patrick was held captive in Ireland. For 6 years, Patrick spoke to none but God. At the end of those 6 years, Patrick was convinced that God was speaking back. He heard God's voice, and God told him it was time to leave Ireland. Patrick walked 200 miles to the coast of Ireland, where he escaped back to Britain. He spent the next 15 years of his life studying the priesthood of Christianity. And he returned to Ireland as a priest with a twofold mission: to minister to the Christian Irish and to convert the rest of them. In 460 AD, when Patrick died, the Irish loved him so. They declared a feast day in his honour, March 17th, the anniversary of his death. So for thousands of years, St. Paddy's Day has been celebrated across the globe. But if you can believe it, it wasn't until 1762 that the first parade was ever held. And it was held in New York City, of all places. And it was held by the British Army, of all people. The British Army threw a parade to bolster the morale of their Irish troops. So concentrated are the Irish in America that every year they dye the Chicago River green. The entire river. According to Dan O'Leary, a journalist in the city. They've been doing this for 43 years. And they do it with orange dye. Now, when most of you think of St. Paddy's Day, I'd imagine you think about drinking till you drop. But I assure you, there's more than just one way to celebrate St. Patrick and his marvellous holiday. In fact, most of what people associate with Ireland and St. Patrick is a rightful crock of blarney. Leprechauns, for example, they've nothing to do with St. Patrick. The belief in leprechauns stemmed from a Celtic belief in fairies and other magical beings. It wasn't until 1959, when Walt Disney produced the movie Darby O'Gill and the Little People, that people began to associate leprechauns, their much fabled treasure, and St. Patrick. The shamrock is another Celtic symbol, the symbol of rebirth. By the 17th century, the shamrock had become a symbol of emerging Irish nationalism. As the English took their land, levied laws against the use of their language, and outlawed the practice of Catholicism, the Irish took to wearing the shamrock as a symbol of their pride in their national heritage and their displeasure with English rule. Jonathan Swift, a celebrated Irish author, said in his book, The Drapier's Letters, "For, in reason, all government without the consent of the governed is by definition slavery. So now, I've told you who St. Patrick is. And I've told you why there's a holiday. And I think we can all agree that a reason to celebrate is reason enough. As you can see, St. Patrick's Day isn't all about leprechauns, shamrocks, gold. It's not all about drinking either. It's about feasting. It's about family. It's about celebrating life. And when I say feasting, much of Irish fare is fit for the gods. And I've brought a wee bit to share, and I hope you'll agree. An old Irish recipe for longevity. And may your blessings outnumber the shamrocks that grow. And may troubles avoid you wherever you go.
Okay, that's to me while he's doing that. David, how long was that?
That was at 6 minutes and 15